the domino effect of life, right?
Yeah.
Which, you know, Trump keeps giving us titty twisters up here. He's titty twisting us on the playground. We're like, fuck, can you get away with that? Sure can. You know what I mean? Like, until you stop me. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. Good morning and welcome to Monday and welcome to June Gloom Week. We're going to have our head in the clouds making big picture plans. The Grand Cross is broken, but Mars is still retrograde. From my smartphone to yours, keep streaming for your Monday Namaste Today. Welcome to Namaste Today, the spiritual way to start your day. I'm your host and spiritual life coach, stepº23. Namaste, my friend, and welcome back from the weekend. Well, I have some good news. The Grand Cross, which was like the straitjacket that was holding our lives back, has broken over the weekend. Hopefully you had a spiritual epiphany, and hopefully you realize that you belong now on a new level. And our minds are free to plan ahead. However, Mars is still retrograde, which means we probably won't get to actually construct and go forward with those plans until July. And before we do anything, we need to know where to draw our boundaries. I'll talk about all of that in the Lightwalker News today. But first, let's take a look at the Zodiac weather. This Zodiac weather is for Monday, June 13th, 2016. Well, looking at the 5-day mood forecast, this week starts sunny and optimistic. It's cloudy on Wednesday and spiritual, and Thursday and Friday are hot and aggressive days. But today, I predict partly cloudy and quite mindful. In fact, we'll be getting to the big picture of things today. Now, the Great Human Walk is at stepº23 Gemini. That's the mastermind step of Gemini. That means our ruling channel today is channel 5, and that means our ruling planet today is Mercury. Now, the emotional focus is on balance and harmony. The moon is transiting Act 2 of Libra today. And our mental focus is on self-love. Mercury's caught up now to 1 degree Gemini. So the Grand Cross broken and our ability to move forward, this brings us to today's Lightwalker News Flash. Today's News Flash, a master mind and a master plan needs master boundaries. And this comes from really a yod. I'll be talking about this in today's Zen. A yod pointing at Mars retrograde in Scorpio at step 24. So that tells Sensei that it's time to architect new emotional boundaries. And according to the planets, those boundaries are based on where your mind is going on one hand, and the other side of the yod is where your character is going. Just want to double check there. I second guessed there for a second. So in other words, you believe you belong somewhere else now. And that's what the weekend was about. Like, my mind thinks I belong here. And with that belonging comes a new character definition. A character definition of, and I am this person now. I am this person, I belong here. Now, you may be there with your mind. You may be there with what I call the dumbass, which is your ego. All right? But what Sensei says is, you're probably not there emotionally. You think it, you believe it, but you don't feel it yet. And what the stars show is, you don't feel it because somewhere in your past, you've instructed your consciousness to not emotionally go there. You might have instructed your conscience to not go there for very good reasons at the time. You were growing up, dealing with the marriage, dealing with this, da da da. But now, you probably need to change your emotional boundaries. So this is what somewhat as meditation is about. You meditate on your feelings. You go, gosh, what is holding me back? Why am I so icky about this? And you realize why this is all built up, and you move your emotional boundaries. All right, so without further ado, let me go into my inner self here and channel a megascope for you. This comes from my guides and also knowing the planets as well and where they are. Okay. Two little notes there. One is that, did you hear the plane starting to land? Like, since I have stopped fighting the air and the skies and not having quiet when I want, I actually have, the planes are often coming right when I take my 3 breaths, which is just the most perfect time for them to come. Isn't that amazing? So that just shows you how life works and you get in sync with the universe. Well, my friend, what comes up for everyone in spirit is emotional self-management, which is what boundaries, what I was talking about with boundaries just a little earlier. But emotional self-management in the sense of balance. The moon is in Libra, so the first thing I felt was people going back and forth and kind of freaking out, particularly around accepting their own truths. Okay? So the first thing that spirit comes up is this, like, the it's okay, self-compassion, Neptune, it's step 12. It's okay. We've been through so much before, so much shift before. We don't have anything to worry. This is me talking to myself here. Okay? And it's okay. I think the higher you vibrate, the more personalities you have inside yourself, by the way. So you technically get crazier as you get holier, because you bring in all your personalities and you accept them. So today, that's kind of what a lot of it is about. It's about today you've got to really just nurture yourself and accept the truth. That's what's going to ground your future, is accepting the truth. Of course, the helicopter comes right when I say that. And so you want to nurture and ground yourself first. The next thing is balance. That's the other thing that came up for me from Spirit, was that people are like on a surfboard, feeling like they're going to fall off balance. And the surfboard is the perfect metaphor that just came to mind from Spirit, I think, with that. Don't overreact. When some huge emotional wave hits you, bank into it. When some other thing starts to come at you, bank into that. If you're gonna fall off the board, do a somersault and get some applause, says the Leo rising. But we want to go with the flow as we move into our master degrees this whole week. Almost all of the savvy is emotionally keeping yourself calm, so your mind can explore all these crazy things and you don't emotionally freak out about it. All right, let me give you your steps of the day to help you on your way. Takeaway step number 1, make sure you balance your feelings before you walk out the door. If you're walking out stressed, you're setting yourself up for a nightmare in the daytime. Step number 2, find your mastermind statement and keep repeating it in your head. Okay? Find your mastermind statement and keep repeating it in your head. I love some of Muhammad Ali's mastermind statements. Like one mastermind was, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That's a mastermind statement. That's something he just kept repeating and keeping to himself. So find your statement. And step 3, once you're there in that statement, once you feel good, just float and feel what happens. All right, friends. For those who watched over my personal Sensei network, and you can try it out for 7 days for just $1.99. Today, we're going to talk about in your daily Zen how to find your mastermind statement. How do you find that float like a butterfly sort of line? We'll talk about that based on your chart and whatnot. And your eye candy, I'm going to talk about what your core step 23 is, which is in essence, your core step 23 is your own statement based on your chart as well. So helping you along with that mastermind statement. For everyone else, I've got a couple new things to announce. I now offer 15-minute readings for people who wanted to start off with a short reading with me. I'm now at this place where I can just analyze a chart so fast, I can really do a lot in 15 minutes, so that wants how that. And surprise birthday calls, if you know a Gemini or a Cancer's birthday is coming up, wanting them this special little gift, I call them up for 10 minutes, surprise them, and we talk about their life. So remember that is available at SeriousJoy.tv. All right, my friends, I hope you have a fabulous Monday and your day starts off great. It's June gloom. You're going to be in your high minds, dreaming all week. That's okay. Just nurture yourself. Until next time, remember, I love you, and live, love, be. Introducing Secrets of Birthdays. Bow chicka bow wow. Are you ready to find love? Bow chicka bow wow. Your secrets are coming out. Bow chicka bow wow. All those sexy secrets are available at secretsofbirthdays.com.
Bow chicka bow wow, baby.